Ladies, gentlemen, bodies of water, welcome to the Alchemy Lab. My name is Lee, and I am playing a character today.
My name is Carl. I'm also playing a character.
And I apparently am a Yeti.
Nice.
You are a mountain man, now to be fair.
I've got more hair. I kind of, yeah. There's a lot of mountains in Kyrgyzstan. But I am Matt. Hello. I am the alchemist for the Shattered Lands, Streets of Mihre. And we are on case 6.5, A Game of Death. Part unknown.
Six.
Part 6.
I'm looking at the part 5 title on the last episode just to make sure.
Yeah, excellent.
We are a professional outfit.
We are a professional outfit.
Always have been.
So last time on the Shattered Lands, Streets of Mihre, you guys tracked your quarry, I guess, to the Spoiled Hounds. You popped to the bar opposite, maybe to scope it out a little bit, and you found that you were being scoped out yourselves by a chap in there who Gracchus had absolutely no time for. Slammed him onto a table, and there was you basically beat the illusion off him that he was just a normal drunk person. Cassius, meanwhile, you sent Nyx into the Spoiled Hands, and you found that, well, Nyx found that it did not seem to be trapped, at least for what Nyx surveyed. And you went in there, and in the foyer, right as you opened the door, was Mephisto, who was just kind of sitting there. And he asked you to pull up a chair. And this is where we are. So, Gracchus, you were also just leaving the bar.
I had also picked up the dagger that the dude had on him.
Yes, right. So we'll start with you as you cross the street. Are you just going through the doors?
Oh, I'm straight in there. I'm noticing that Cassius isn't waiting outside, so I'm assuming he's gone inside. So if there are traps, he's probably dealt with them or whatever. But I'm in no fit mind right now to be worrying about anything. I'm just breaking this man in half, effectively.
And I remember this, and this is all part of Cassius's plan. But I can't remember Cassius's plan.
We intentionally had a fight in the bar, effectively.
This is an asset to Cassius's plan. Definitely is.
Whatever that plan may be, it's an asset to it. Definitely.
It
absolutely.
is.
Well,
Cassius is so good at keeping secrets; he can keep them from himself.
Yes,
that's what's
absolutely.
happened here. Yeah.
Well, as you walk in, Cassius, did you in fact pull out a chair for Mr. Bowbreaker?
I think I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Grudgingly, if I remember. Gave me some fucking monologue about service and
about
blah blah. Yeah, all right.
You need to do things for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Gracchus, how do you go through the door?
Oh, as I walk in the door, I'm taking my greatsword off my back and walking in with it, like greatsword in one hand, dagger in the other, and striding forward. Like I'm coming in prepared for a fight. I'm expecting there to be people here that are going to get involved.
So as you walk into the sort of entrance, you see Cassius sitting down. Next to he's in a chair.
Sat across from this gentleman. My back's to the door.
There's an empty chair next to him, nicely cushioned. And the gentleman opposite looks up at you as you come through the door. Ah, Mr. Foebreaker. Come, please, join us.
I walk forward, I kick over the chair and I stand there.
Or just stand, either way. It's good to meet you both. In person. You know, I've heard about you.
What do you want?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? What on earth do I want? I seem to want you both here. And you're both here. Drink?
Not from the likes of you.
No.
Sure.
Mr. Valentine.
Of course.
Okay. In the cabinet, just in front of this desk, you'll find a rather pleasant whiskey. Very nicely aged, 20 years. Old enough to vote, if we voted. And 2 glasses, just in case you change your mind, Mr. Flowbreaker. It is a very good whiskey.
Mr. Mephisto here is about doing things for yourself, so guess I'll be going to get that whiskey.
More than happy to do things myself.
I'm going to take my sweet time.
And I'm going to lower my greatsword so it's under his chin. So the tip is literally just under his chin here. So almost if I tapped it up, it would knock his chin a little bit.
Okay. Are you tapping it up, or are you just holding it right there?
For now, I'll hold it underneath.
I turn around and go, okay.
Why the fuck are we having a conversation with this human piece of shit, Cassius?
We need to understand what he wants.
I don't give a shit. You've seen the pile of tragedy he's left behind him. Sending men to their death intentionally just to try and cause me to decide what I am.
You didn't kill them.
He's doing a good job.
You didn't kill them, Mr. Flowbreaker.
No.
But you've killed plenty of times before.
I am not your fucking monster to play games with, boy.
Boy. How old is Gracchus?
Not super old, but early 30s.
Okay. You would put him at sort of mid to late 30s, probably. Lisa,
I think for Gracchus, boy is more of a sign of I'm probably much physically bigger than you, as much as it's to do with age.
Boy.
Yeah.
All right. Boy. Well, I can see you have the great sword of a man of peace.
I never said I was a man of peace.
Oh, I certainly know you're not a man of peace. But you seem to have altered your nature somewhat. That's fascinating to me. And you, Mr. Valentine. Equally fascinating.
Thank you.
How's the whiskey?
He hasn't started pouring it yet. He sort of brings it over.
Oh, okay.
I smell it. I smell the decanter as I come toward the. Is there a table there? I feel like there's a table there.
I assume there would have been.
Yeah, I mean, so the desk he's behind is essentially a pretty big table.
Right, yeah. I thought he had a desk. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Gracchus is like right up against it with this great sword tucked under the chin, just sort of there.
So I'll go, as I go, I'll sniff the decanter as I go, and I'm going to place that on the desk once I get there. Does it smell? Is it good? Is it good shit?
It smells real good, yeah. And you can tell that it doesn't smell poisoned either. It smells real good. Doesn't smell poisoned, doesn't smell drugged. Just a lovely, lovely whiskey.
Fantastic. Okay. So I'll put that down. I'll put the 2 glasses down as well. I'll go and get my chair and bring it round to the side of the desk so I can just be in between these two and serve up two whiskies.
Mm-hmm. Lovely. Who are you serving them for? Yourself and...
I've served two. I'm gonna give the second one to him.
Oh, lovely.
Gracchus is not partaking.
How thoughtful, Mr. Valentine. Thank you.
I'll sit down and I'll drink the whiskey.
It's very good.
Fantastic. Okay. I'll get myself comfortable.
It's the whiskey of a higher tier. It tastes of... It's a nostalgic taste.
Mm-hmm.
3, maybe even 2. Tier 3, maybe even 2.
Fine, thank you. Anyway, Gracchus, you were about to cut his head off.
Not yet. Because something tells me that's part of your little fucking game.
Oh.
Pushing buttons and trying to see what reaction you get.
Oh. I see. You've given me plenty of reactions, Mr. Foebreaker.
Oh, I'm aware of that.
And Mr. Valentine, this is truly a fascinating thing you've done here. Figuratively breaking bread with someone like me.
I'm very interested as to what you have to say. So. Part of the business.
Indeed. Establish motive. Establish a modus operandi. Perhaps collect irrefutable evidence. Maybe a confession of guilt.
This is Caliban. Guilt or innocence is proven by the end of a blade here. There's no police. They don't give a shit about what you've done here.
Oh, I'm well aware, Mr. Foebreaker. I'm well aware. It's one of the benefits of my current line of work. And one of the tragedies of my former. Guards would certainly make it more difficult. But gangsters, they make it relatively difficult as well. Just it's a different kind of difficulty. They're not quite as vigilant. A little easier to please. A little easier to pay off.
It goes a long way, doesn't it?
Oh. Plenty.
Well, you know all about me. Let's drop the fucking facade.
I know all about you. Well, I've heard plenty. I've heard plenty about the pair of you. Walking around, solving crimes. Very impressive work for a former leg breaker and a former secret keeper.
What were you formerly, I wonder?
Well, it's a thing to wonder, isn't it? I should like you to guess. You are deductively gifted, it seems, considering you've done many, many impressive things in your time. What was I before all this?
I really don't care.
Oh, that's not fun, Mr. Foebreaker.
I don't care for your fucking fun.
But I do, and it's my game.
A butcher.
A butcher. Not a butcher.
No, that's what you are now. You've seen your handiwork.
Butcher is somewhat crass. I prefer surgeon.
So a failed surgeon then?
Surgeons give life, they don't take it. Butchers carve up a corpse. I see no difference from a butcher here.
Well, I'm not eating. I'm not selling them for food.
I didn't say you had to.
It's just the cutting up that makes you squeamish.
I was not squeamish.
Or is it the skinning?
You think I haven't seen worse? You knew who I work for, remember?
I suspect
you know
you've
what
done
they're
worse.
capable of.
I suspect you've done worse, Mr. Foebreaker.
You've
At
no
their direction.
fucking idea.
At their direction. And you questioned it eventually. Eventually. How much was too much? That's the question, isn't it?
I thought the question was, what did you do before? I'm confused.
Huh. That may become clear at some point.
Cassius, you better give me one good reason why I don't cut his fucking throat where he sits.
I imagine that's all part of his game. Under your skin, figuratively. Whereas he gets under them literally with everyone else. And he stays with you, I imagine.
I've got worse memories in my head.
He tempers the blade. And you, perhaps, Mr. Foebreaker, sharpen the fine instruments. A worthy pairing. And I can see that you're going to be very, very interesting to observe. So what's it to be? Does my head roll? Do you take me in irons? You notice, Cassius, that he hasn't touched the whiskey.
Mm-hmm. You're not thirsty before you may go?
Well, I would very much appreciate to partake. It's a very good whiskey. But I fear I cannot.
I pull the sword back ever so slightly.
Fascinating. I can't partake in the whiskey because I'm afraid I'm not here. And he disappears. Between blinks, he vanishes. But his voice continues. You don't know where it's coming from. It seems to be coming from everywhere. I'll have to settle for what beverages I have in my current location. Find me, if you can. Lunch will be served in 5 minutes, if you want a bite. And he says nothing more.
I sheathe my sword and start scanning the room for documents, anything. Ledgers, loose sheets of paper with writing on it, anything that he might have intentionally left to keep this game going.
Well, the desk is bare, apart from the whiskey. On the walls, there are a few pictures, I suppose. There's kind of like sketches, almost like very old photographs, but etchings, of Mephisto, with people who look very, very not well off at all. And they're smiling. They're both smiling. In each picture, he's smiling and the other person is smiling. And they kind of have their arms around each other, and it's very... If you didn't know who this man was, it would be jovial and heartwarming.
Are there any other exits out of the room?
There are a couple, yeah. So obviously the front door's behind you. To the left, there is sort of a passage, like an opening out, almost like a waiting area, almost like a lounge area, where there's a couple of board game type things, and there's tables and chairs. Doesn't seem like an eatery. And then kind of down behind the desk, there is a passageway that leads somewhere into the bowels, perhaps.
I don't like that he's playing fucking games, Cassius.
Well, we are in it.
The lunch comment seems out of place. Almost like he's trying to give us a clue.
Potentially, yes.
Why do I feel he's going to lead us on a goose chase through this fucking building?
He very well may do for a spell, yes. What is your alternative, Gracchus?
Oh, I don't care. I'm going to find him and wring his little fucking neck. So, do we go left or do we go straight?
What does Cassius think?
What does Cassius think?
So we've got the lounge the lounge is just the lounge area, and there's nothing
Seems
there.
to be.
Okay.
And from what you can see from the foyer, if you walk in, you do see another door though.
Mm-hmm.
That leads back in the same direction as the passageway behind the desk.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And with the chair and around the chair, up above the chair, around below, is there anything of note as to how he may be doing his chicanery with us?
Draw me a card against the world.
10.
10.
There we are.
The same 10. 10 of
The
hearts.
same 10.
Now your triumph suit is what?
I'm just about to check. Clubs.
Mm. What you you're looking around. I mean, the corners of the room seem sort of vaguely interesting. Like up where the ceiling is, you have the corner walls. It almost kind of slopes upward at an angle, which isn't architecture you find down here ever, anywhere. It's too fancy. People don't do this. It's practicality only. So there could be something there, but it's difficult to ascertain exactly what.
Let's send Nix up there, see what he sees.
Mm-hmm.
Or indeed what I see.
While this is going on, I'm going to start looking down the other corridor behind the desk if there's anything obvious that I can see there. There might need like doorways or anything like that.
Okay. So Gracchus, you do see a doorway. We see a couple of. So you see a doorway that leads to a staircase on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side, you see a doorway that leads somewhere else.
Okay.
Not a doorway that leads to a staircase, sorry, like an opening that leads to a staircase.
Yeah. So I can sort of see stairs in through an opening in the wall. Okay.
Yeah, and it sort of carries on. It carries on beyond, and maybe turns a corner at a T-junction, rather. Now Nix flutters up and observes the corners of the room. There are devices here, Mr. Valentine. He seemed to be projecting his voice.
Okay.
I can't see a
Other
connection.
clues. Okay. Oh, thank you, Nix. Off into the bowels we go.
I suspect there are traps from here on in. I'm going to go over to the door on the left-hand side of the wall, not towards the stairs, but to the other door in that corridor, and lightly try the handle to see if it locked first. And if it's unlocked, to slowly start opening it to see if I feel pressure on the other side of the door. I do not trust this dude. I'm convinced that any door we're going to go through is going to have some sort of tripwire attachment to it. So basically, if I feel like it's pushing on something, I'm going to stop pushing the door and try and see if I can look around it.
Okay. So, as you try and open the door, you find that it is locked. So the door itself is locked. The sign next to the door it's written in the common tongue, it leads into the kitchen. And as soon as you try the door, you hear a little dinner bell go in another room somewhere around there. It's a little dinner bell. It seems to have come from back the way you came, maybe into the lounge.
So the door at the other end of the lounge, maybe.
Yeah, but as you try the door and the bell goes, you hear voices on the other side of the door, and the voices are panicked, very, very panicked. You can't hear words, but you can tell that there are a number of panicked people inside.
Okay. I'm going to lean up against the door and shout through. If you can hear me, knock twice.
No one knocks, but you hear the voices grow louder.
Okay.
Still very distorted. And then his voice appears again. Like I said, gentlemen, lunch is in 5 minutes. And I'd like you to begin a mental scene.
Oh, I think I know where this bastard's going.
Oh my god.
Okie dokie. Fuck around and find out, Mephisto.
All right.
All right. Initiative draw.
Yes.
Jack for me.
6 for me. In that case, it's going to be Cassius, Mephisto, Gracchus. All right. Cassius, what are you doing first?
So we've got to...
My guess, the people in there are going to get killed in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm almost certain that only this door locked, it's probably booby trapped, expecting the obvious response from me to be kicking it down.
Okay. I'm going to use this king spades to do a mental agility to work out another way to get in there to help these people. So he's in the kitchen. I've seen he's next to the kitchen. What else do we have around here? I need to be in the dining room.
A mental agility, yeah? And that was a king. Okay.
Sorry, I'm using Warlock's mind.
Okay. Warlock's mind. Okay. So. Oh no, I don't want to burn that. Oh no, I will. So hang on. What's the number? What's the number on that?
17.
17. Okay. Boo. Boo 17. Okay. Okay, I'll use this with terror which brings it up to a 12.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get that blooming crit.
Get the epic.
But you think situationally. So you clock the dinner bell that went off in the lounge area. And you also clocked the door that leads from there somewhere in this same direction. You would gather that maybe that's sort of a dining room going through the door. And this door maybe is to the kitchen itself.
I will make my way to this other door.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So as you get to that door, are you moving quite quickly?
Oh yeah, we've got 5 minutes.
All right. So when you move to that other door, you see it. It is closed. The door looks relatively normal. The door looks relatively normal. Or does it? So, this is against you. Chameleon is being used.
Chameleon. Okay. I am going to use my mental intuition with a jack, eye for detail for 4. So that's 15.
Okay. So this plus chameleon is a 15 as well. All right. So stopping short, you wait. Got what my triumph suit is. Is it spades?
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
Is diamonds. Of course it is. Diamonds. It's
Well,
always
there's always
diamonds.
diamonds in there.
It's always diamonds. All right. Cool. So you see the door, and you're like, this looks like a normal door, but it may not be a normal door. This guy is...
The tricky door, perhaps.
This guy is... He's not just going to let me walk through the door, is he? That'd be weird. That'd be really weird.
Strange.
That'd be strange.
Why would he just let me through this door? Strange.
Why would he just let you walk through a perfectly normal door?
Second guessing myself.
Gracchus, what do you think?
I mean, I don't trust this thing for a fucking second. I'm also going to go towards the diamond. What I assume to be the diamond based on where the bell came from, because again, it feels like he's expecting me to just boot in the door, and so I even suspect that it might not be hurt me; it might kill the people in the room immediately. So whatever might happen to them might be true about that door. I'm also going to take a look at this door because I still don't trust anything here. And I am going to do that with my mental endurance and calm mind. Turns that into a 12.
Ooh.
I do not have a good hand.
Turns into a 12? Oh, boo.
Yeah, I do not have a good hand.
I mean, mine is very all or nothing. So, what does a triumph suit do again?
Adds 1 to begin with and breaks tires.
Adds 1, okay. All right.
Oh, and you can... hang on. Oh, never mind. Continue.
I will allow... Okay, so Chameleon with the triumph makes this a 9. So you do see... So your 12 beats it. So you do spot... I mean, you just kind of clock. You're like, yeah, this guy's definitely not just going to let us walk in. You can see that the door is not locked, however.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to try and repeat what I did in the last door. So gingerly try the handle, feeling for changes in pressure, and then gingerly opening the door again to feel any change in pressure.
There you feel both a change in pressure on the handle and on the door as you try and open it.
Okay.
Mr. Valentine.
Feeling that I may need more than my own petty mind, I'm going to use this with Warlock's Mind, so that will be a 14.
Okay.
However, I will also use one of my acquisitions, Afterlife Tutors. It's a heart,
Nice.
which adds 11 to that, which makes that 25.
Ooh. Ooh, sir. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Well. Okay, yeah. So 25. Oh gosh, 25. Well, I'm not going to be able to escape the critical success here.
No.
So the epic success, rather. Even with Mastermind added to this, that only brings it up to a 19. Wait.
12 plus.
12 plus 7, so
19.
it would stop you getting an epic success.
Yeah.
Because it's 25. All right. Oh, okay. Jesus. All right. So you spot the tripwire on the door jamb. It's not low. It's not low down. It's high up.
Hmm.
And you see it's connected to something on the ceiling.
On this side?
On the other side.
Okay.
And you just catch the glint of a blade of some kind.
Oh, okay. They're going, no, this is probably going to be then what the plan of the door is. Right. You see anything, Cassius?
There's a box of death top of the door.
Okay. I have an idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, okay. Let's drop one of these. All right, let's drop a terror on you. Okay. So, with a queen of diamonds, so 13 plus a terror is 19 against you, Gracchus. There is the you hear the crying out of the people a little bit clearer through the door here. Still quite far off, but clearer. There's not a barricade in the way now.
Yeah.
And they're very, very panicked. Very, very panicked. And it's trying to sort of unsettle you and maybe spike your rage a little bit.
This is probably going to knock me down. Looking at what I've got and what I can play, I don't think I'm going to be able to not take an epic, possibly worse.
Uh-oh.
I don't have a lot of skills in mental. I've got decent levels, but because of those skills, I can't use levels.
Well, you can.
So
we have established that you can use other skills in.
I know. But again,
turn into a bear, Carl.
So what was your total again?
19.
Wild shape into a door or a key.
I can't use this. I don't have a spade.
Does it?
I
Has he seen a door in the wild? Is that a thing?
I mean, I've seen a lot of doors in the wild. I mean, they're everywhere in the city. Okay, I can not get knocked down, I think, if you allow this, because social strength and imposing presence to sort of bolster myself a little bit, if that's permissible by the alchemist.
Sure.
To make that a 12. So it's still a 7.
Okay.
But it doesn't. It's the thing, if I took it in, I'm down in either social or mental, and I don't have anything that's going to negate it enough in physical that would make sense.
Okay. So, all right. So, okay. You are an imposing person, and that just fuels your anger at this man and his silly these silly notions of games and things, and you really want to just bust through that door.
Yeah.
And
so
hang the
Lee,
consequences.
So I'm at 0 for social.
Okay.
I can tell you that much. So I need to refresh. But remind me, Lee, what do I do with the? Because I failed on that one.
Or is it mental? It's mental, isn't it?
I'd be down. In that case, I'm on 1.
I got you.
Sorry, it's because I forgot I don't take it from the.
If you were at 0, then the scene would have ended.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're on 1. Okay.
Yeah. I'm on 1 in my mental.
All right.
Oh goodness.
Well, what are you going to do? What you going to do about it, Crackers?
So I am going to run back into the foyer.
Okay.
Grab the chair, will probably be easier. Grab a chair, stand side onto the door.
Yeah.
And effectively swing the chair into the door. So I'm trying to smash the doorway open without being in front of it. Because based on what he said, my expectation is saying it's going to swing at the door as it breaks open.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and draw that. You're going to draw against the world for this.
Draw against the door deck.
That's a king. I'm going to use that with Savage Attack to make that a +6.
Nice.
So that is
cool.
Hey, he's pissed after what he's trying to do with these people. So
I like that we can do this in this game and not in like D&D. Could you Savage Attack with the chair? It would be like an improvised weapon and be really lackluster.
Be like 1d4
that was
damage.
2. That was 2 damage. Shut up. No, it wasn't.
I am swinging a chair at motherfucker.
And you can still be a druid in this as opposed to in D&D.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, that's a story for another day. Just another reason why D&D is bollocks. So, with your Savage Attack, with your critical, epic Savage Attack, you... Jesus Christ, I dropped a card. I think I dropped the bad one. It's fine. So, Jesus Christ appears, and...
that was definitely a Savage Attack if I formed Christianity.
So, nice. You batter the door in. You just bang straight, and it flies open. It cracks on the wall, and a moment later, a very, very large axe buries into the chair. But you're so hench, Gracchus. You're so hench. You just keep hold of the chair, and you're like, "Yep, that's fine." In fact, you can even, if you wish, wrench this massive axe off the wall.
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Why not?
Why the fuck not?
All right.
That's yet another weapon I can bury in this motherfucker at the end, probably.
So you now have a big axe.
Yep.
And the way is open.
Cool.
All right.
I'm going to go into the room. That's sort of the end of where I'm going to walk into the room.
Yeah. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Walk into the room. Okay, so the pair of you, what you can see now, you've entered the dining room. There are tables, sort of benches and tables and things all over the place. And the kitchen is open plan. And you can see 8 people. These people are bound and gagged in the center of the room. The door... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what you can see.
Okay.
I'd like to inspect the door.
Fuck. The door opposite. Okay. Inspect the door.
Yeah, that one.
Gracchus was about to kick in, maybe, but it resisted.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to inspect it?
I'm going to look at it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at this door. Because there's a spidey sense in me that there's something about this door. And I'd like to look at it.
Okay. I think it's your turn, so flip a card.
We're still in the scene, are we?
You're still in the scene.
Okay, fantastic. I will use eye for detail. It's 9 to make a 14.
To make a 14. Okay. I'll use this with Mastermind to make it an 8. Yeah, okay, again there. what you can see in front of you, so your eyes immediately drawn to the door because some spidey sense, almost a voice in your head said to you, look at the
And
door.
a door. That's it.
At the door. Never mind. You can see that the door, is again trapped. There is a sort of a bottle of what looks to be very flammable liquid. Yeah. And well, okay. So there's a bottle of, it looks like some kind of chemical type thing. You would guess flammable by the smell of gas immediately as you walk in. You get the feeling that if Gracchus had kicked that door open, that would have fallen, the chemicals would probably have mixed, and there would have been a fireball, killing everyone in the room.
Okay.
So now you know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, don't kick this door in because I think we'll ignite.
But you can get to the people. If you so wish.
Over to you, Alchemist.
Indeed.
Awesome.
And Cassius,
Yes.
there seems to be like a very easy way to get to the people because the kitchen's open plan.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the dining area, and essentially you can see exactly what is happening in the kitchen, everything that's happening in the kitchen, if you're having your meal.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just go through and just like leap over the counter, and you'd be in there, and you could untie the people. Like it'll be so easy.
Yeah. I look at it, and it looks really, really easy. Can I use that? All right. Instead of jumping over the counter, I'd like to shadow step over the counter for a 14.
For a 14, okay.
Yeah.
For a 14, all right. So, spotting that's potential for danger, and spotting that this guy does tricksy stuff.
He's a huckster.
He's a huckster, yeah. He deals in shenanigans and tomfoolery. So you, maybe as if you are going to leap in, you kind of run up and then you go into the kitchen.
Wow, the Nightcrawler effect.
And you spot that if you had tried to leap over, there was another tripwire, very fine tripwire, that would have dragged another bottle of that stuff in and shattered, and boom.
Boom.
I have no more cards now.
Neither do I. Gracchus.
I do, thankfully, but they're all shit. Nothing is. I have one face card. It's an ace, so I don't really want to use it. We're going to avoid it. Okay. Is there anything in the dining room that I can use, like ash? Like an old fireplace that's burnt out, maybe that's got like ashy ground and stuff that I can throw?
Yeah. So you see a couple of like ashtray type things on the tables. Okay, and they are full of cigarette ash.
Cool. I'm gonna pick them both up and fling the ash through that hole to try and cover as much of the area between where we are, where Cassius is, and the people, because I suspect there's tripwires all over that fucking room. So
am I going to get ashed?
Between you and they might get ashed a little bit.
Don't care. I'm trying to basically cover the ground to see what's going on. I want to make sure that to see if there are voids where it's hitting something, basically.
Cool. Yep. Go ahead.
I don't have good cards.
We have no idea what cards we have. So
yeah, I know, but I
do your best. Do your best, Crackers.
That savage attack. I'm gonna make it like violent. I'm trying to cover. I'm trying to cover as much of this room as possible with this ash to try and cover as much ground. So that's an 11 total.
Suck on that, D&D.
You just have two ashtrays in your hand. You're going.
I am. I have the power.
11, you say.
11.
10.
Okay, cool. I was waiting for the limit ball plus this. Fuck.
19.
That's what I'm worried about, dude. I have like 1 mental health left. I'm not gonna do well.
So yeah, you fling the ash all over, and you do spot that a couple very close to them, there are more tripwires. But it's like a barrier of tripwires around them. So they're
Like what
either
they did
you're
in
gonna have to be
Revolver
very
Ocelot.
careful, or they're gonna have to be very careful.
Like the Revolver Ocelot fight. You have to crawl under them to get the ammo. Yeah, tripwires in there. Kill Kenneth Baker.
Chief of DARPA.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. All right.
Or a certain generation, if you know what that means.
Okay. This is the card that I have. Let's see what I can do with it. Okay, not bad, not bad. Right, seeing all of this ash everywhere and seeing the strings and the web that's been created by Mephisto, I'm going to use my eye for detail on this to make that a 15 to find the terminus of this.
Like what they're
connected to. If it's just these bottles, or do we have various contraptions in place? How are they being attached everywhere? Is there a point where we could like Kaplunk, with the little sticks, right? I want to find the stick in the Kaplunk room of death that I can pull out and not put all of the marbles
unwrap everything,
on the floor. Yes.
For a 14, yeah?
Yeah. 15, sorry.
15. Ooh, now.
The marbles are, of course, the people and ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
The falling, of course, is the fire.
Okay, so I'm going to equal it
with
a 15. I'm going to equal it.
No, you're not.
Oh no, you beat me.
You broken it. Triumphs. It's your triumph which breaks ties.
Okay.
I get sweet failure though.
Actually, have I broken it? Yes, I have broken it. Okay. So you can't tell what they connect to. I mean, they connect in a number of places, but you're not sure what they connect to exactly. Oh, okay. Right. And because of that, it's almost as if he's trying to make it. I mean, you're a pretty smart guy, Cassius. It's almost as if he's trying to. It's almost as if he's trying to say that he's outsmarted you. Almost. And that's going to be effectively a 9.
Okay.
Plus.
Oh no.
I'm going to go with the plus. I'm going to go with Predator for this.
Okay.
It makes it a 12.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna respond with my Warlock's Mind to make this a total of 8.
Mm-hmm.
No epics here.
No
Sonny.
epics here. No epics here. No epics for me. So what you see, you think, oh wow, this guy is
damn
smart.
good.
He's good. Maybe he does know me from somewhere. I mean, it's clear that he knows me, but where does he know me from? Huh. Weird. And that thought unsettles you just enough to throw you off your game a little bit. Gracchus.
I have communicated this, not showing my unsettledness at the moment,
Mm.
but I'm getting a bit of like a. It sounds to you as though I'm getting a bit of a professional crush. I would imagine in your current
Yeah.
demeanor
You feel like you're a little
at the
bit
moment.
of. There's a begrudging respect in your voice, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
So
may or may not be there, but I know that Gracchus is very cross at the moment.
yeah, I'm too pissed off to really be properly like interpreting your intentions. I'm just hearing you basically tell you this guy's pretty good. And oh, fuck
Yeah.
you, then, Cassius. So with calm mind for a total of 10, I'm going to try and work out where the tails are ultimately connected to. So I'm trying to track back to the point that can be broken so that the trap stops working effectively.
Gracchus also has the Kaplunk plan.
It's the only plan I've got at this point.
Hmm.
My alternative, if this plan doesn't work, the next plan is you run the fuck in and just try and cover the glasses. I have a backup plan potentially.
With a 10, you say?
Yeah, like I said, my
Ugh. Oh dear.
if you beat me, the scene's over.
I'm not gonna lie, Carl. If you beat me, the scene's over. And even with the psychopath's joy, you have beaten me.
Oh,
10 to the 9. You see exactly where these things are going. You follow.
I
You
immediately direct Cassius to that point.
You follow Cassius's eyes because he looked up at them, but he couldn't work it out because something just clouded him for a second. And you catch there's like a half-open cupboard, and there's a valve in there, and they're all connected to valves. And you realize that you're essentially inside a giant oven. So if the gas doesn't get them, the heat
The
just
fire
goes
will.
And
Yeah.
the heat just flies up.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna direct Cassius to that. Put out. Dude, turn this into like relay all of that to Cassius,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can shut off the valves basically.
Mm-hmm.
And given we're in a dining room, I'm assuming there are cushions.
Well, you're now in the kitchen, but there are cushions in the dining room.
My plan is go back in, grab cushions, and basically wherever there's a bottle, put a cushion underneath it. So if it does slip, it's not going to have a hard impact. It's going to be cushioned down, so hopefully it won't shatter.
Smart.
Also, that way I can keep the fucking stuff as well, because I am tooling the fuck up for the end of this.
Nice. All right. Oh, you're keeping
I like the idea of
bottles.
poetic irony. Yeah, I'm fully going for poetic irony, and I want to kill him with his own tools at this point.
Very good. Okay, so you shut off all the valves. Maybe cut the tripwires.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Once the valves are shut, I go up. I get as close to the bottle as I can and cut tripwire nearest so I can control the bottle on the way down.
All right, nice. And yeah, you can unbind the people.
Mm-hmm.
And they are all just traumatized. You see they're a bit woozy from all the gas in the room. Okay, what do you do with them? None of them are armed, I will say as well. You do look to see if any of them have a knife on them, but none of them do.
My gut says to question them, but in the moment, Gracchus's heart says, "Go to Abigail across the street at the bar. Tell her the Phobreaker sent you."
And they sort of stumble through the kitchen, fleeing through the kitchen, through the dining room, and out the door, and you hear the front door slam. A voice appears in the room. Let me hold this up here so it looks like I'm looking at you. That's too much. For a long time, I was asleep on the upper tiers. But I saw that things were beginning to change, from above us and below. The rest didn't. They just carried on going like it was the same as every other day in luxury. But I knew. Well done, gentlemen. They're just the start.